Have you ever noticed that some days your joints feel surprisingly stiff, even when you didn't do anything unusual? You wake up, try to stretch your fingers, bend your knees, and there's that familiar ache again. But here's a question most people never ask. What if the pain in your joints didn't start in your knees or your hands, but on your plate? You see, many adults over 60 unknowingly eat foods every day that quietly increase inflammation in the body. And over time, that inflammation can make arthritis pain worse, turning simple daily movements into uncomfortable challenges. Hi, I'm Dr. Nelson, and in today's video, we're going to talk about 10 common foods that may be secretly aggravating arthritis after age 60. Some of them might be foods you enjoy regularly. Let's begin with one of the most surprising arthritis triggers, a drink many people consume every single day. 1. Soda and sugary drinks. Now, let's begin with something that may seem completely harmless, a simple drink. Many people over 60 enjoy a glass of soda with lunch, a sweet iced tea in the afternoon, or a bottled fruit drink during a warm day. It feels refreshing, familiar, even comforting. But what many people don't realize is that these sugary drinks may quietly be making arthritis pain worse. When the body receives too much sugar at once, it reacts by creating substances that increase inflammation. And inflammation is exactly what causes joints to feel swollen, stiff, and painful. Over time, this repeated reaction can make arthritis symptoms more noticeable. Imagine this simple situation. A man wakes up feeling fairly comfortable in his knees. At lunch, he drinks a large soda with his meal. A few hours later, when he stands up from the chair, his knees feel heavier and tighter than they did earlier that morning. He may assume it's just age, but in many cases, the sugar from that drink has triggered a small wave of inflammation inside the joints. There's another hidden problem as well. Sugary drinks can slowly contribute to weight gain, and even a small increase in body weight places extra pressure on the knees and hips. Those joints already work hard every day. The good news is that simply choosing water, herbal tea, or lightly flavored natural drinks can make a meaningful difference over time. And surprisingly, the next food on our list is something many people eat every morning without thinking twice about it. 2. White bread. Now, the next food may surprise you even more because it's something many people eat almost every morning without thinking twice about it. White bread. A slice of toast with butter, a sandwich for lunch, or a simple piece of bread with soup can feel like a small and harmless part of the day. But inside the body, white bread can quietly stir up the same kind of trouble that sugary drinks do. White bread is made from grains that have been stripped of most of their natural fiber and nutrients. What remains is mostly starch, which the body quickly turns into sugar. And when sugar rises quickly in the body, it can encourage the same kind of swelling and irritation that makes joints feel stiff and sore. Imagine a woman in her late 60s starting her day with toast and jam. At first, everything feels normal. But by the afternoon, when she tries to open a jar or button her shirt, her fingers feel tight and tender. She may think it's simply arthritis getting worse with age, yet the quick rise in sugar from refined bread may be quietly feeding the inflammation in her joints. Choosing bread made from whole grains can help the body handle food more gently and steadily. It gives the body something closer to what nature intended. But bread is only part of the story. The next food on our list is something many people enjoy for its rich flavor, yet it can quietly place even more strain on already sensitive joints. 3. Bacon and processed meats. And speaking of rich flavor, the next food on our list is something many people truly enjoy, especially at breakfast. Bacon and other processed meats. The smell of bacon cooking in the morning can bring back memories of family breakfasts, quiet weekends, and warm kitchens filled with conversation. It feels comforting, familiar, even nostalgic. But for someone living with arthritis, this popular food may quietly be adding stress to the joints. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and similar products contain large amounts of heavy fats and preservatives. Inside the body, these substances can encourage inflammation, which is the very thing that makes joints swell, ache, and feel stiff. When inflammation increases, the joints often respond with pain and reduced movement. Picture a man in his early 70s sitting down to a hearty breakfast with bacon and eggs. The meal tastes satisfying, and everything feels fine at first. But later in the afternoon, when he stands up from his chair or climbs the stairs, his knees feel unusually tight and uncomfortable. He may blame age or a busy day, not realizing that the rich, processed meat from breakfast may have quietly stirred up inflammation in his joints. Choosing lighter sources of protein, such as fish, beans, or simple lean meats, can be gentler on the body over time. Small changes like this can slowly ease the burden on aging joints. But there is another snack that many people reach for without thinking, and surprisingly, it may be even more troublesome for arthritis. 4. Potato chips. And that brings us to the next food that many people reach for almost without thinking. Potato chips. It might be a small bowl while watching television in the evening, a quick snack during the afternoon, or something served alongside a sandwich at lunch. The crunch is satisfying, the taste is salty and comforting, and it often feels like a harmless treat. But for joints that are already sensitive, potato chips can quietly add to the problem. Most potato chips are cooked in oils that have been heated again and again, and they are usually packed with a large amount of salt. Inside the body, this combination can encourage swelling and irritation. When that happens, the joints may feel heavier, tighter, and more uncomfortable than usual. Imagine someone relaxing in the evening after a long day. They sit down with a small bag of chips while watching their favorite show. At the moment, it feels like a simple pleasure. But the next morning, when they step out of bed and place weight on their knees, there is a stiffness that seems stronger than the day before. It may seem like a coincidence, yet salty fried snacks can quietly increase the strain on joints over time. Choosing simple snacks like nuts, fruit, or lightly roasted vegetables can be much gentler on the body. And surprisingly, the next food on our list is something many people enjoy with friends or during celebrations, yet it can be especially troublesome for painful joints. 5. Beer. And speaking of gatherings with friends or relaxing evenings, the next item on our list is something many people enjoy during social moments: a glass of beer. It might be shared at a family barbecue, during a quiet dinner, or while watching a favorite game on television. For many people, it feels like a small pleasure that helps them unwind. But when arthritis is already troubling the joints, beer can quietly make things more uncomfortable. Inside the body, beer can increase the level of certain substances that encourage swelling in the joints. When these substances rise, the joints may become more sensitive and painful. Over time, this can make simple movements like walking, bending, or climbing stairs feel more difficult. Imagine a man in his late 60s enjoying dinner with friends on a warm evening. He has a couple of beers while chatting and laughing, feeling relaxed and happy. But the next morning, when he steps out of bed, his big toe or knee feels unusually sore and tender. He may assume he simply slept wrong, yet the drink from the night before may have quietly stirred up irritation in the joints. This doesn't mean a person must never enjoy life's small moments, but being mindful about alcohol can help protect aging joints. And interestingly, the next food on our list is something many people turn to for comfort after dinner, especially on warm days. 6. Ice cream. And speaking of those little moments of comfort after dinner, the next food on our list is something many people enjoy on warm afternoons or quiet evenings: a bowl of ice cream. It feels soothing, sweet, and familiar. For some, it brings back memories of childhood summers or family gatherings. But when the joints are already sensitive from arthritis, ice cream can quietly add to the strain inside the body. Ice cream is rich in sugar and heavy fats. When the body receives too much of these at once, it can encourage swelling and irritation in the joints. Over time, this swelling can make movements that once felt easy, like standing up from a chair or gripping a cup, feel stiffer and more uncomfortable. Imagine a woman in her late 60s sitting down after dinner with a small bowl of vanilla ice cream. It feels like a simple reward at the end of the day. Yet the next morning, when she tries to stretch her fingers or bend her knees, there is a tightness that wasn't there before. It may seem unrelated, but foods high in sugar and rich fats can quietly feed the same irritation that causes arthritis pain. Choosing lighter desserts, like fresh fruit or yogurt, can be much gentler on aging joints. And interestingly, the next food on our list is something many people once believed was a healthier choice than butter, yet it may carry its own hidden concerns. 7. Margarine. And that brings us to another food that many people once believed was a healthier choice than butter: margarine. For years, it was often recommended as a lighter spread for toast or cooking. Many families switched to it, hoping to take better care of their hearts and overall health. But for people dealing with arthritis, margarine may quietly add to the strain inside the body. Most margarine is made from processed vegetable oils that have been heavily changed during manufacturing. In that process, certain fats can form that make it easier for the body to develop irritation and swelling. And when swelling increases, the joints, especially in the fingers, knees, and hips, may begin to feel tighter and more painful. Imagine someone preparing a simple breakfast. They toast a slice of bread and spread a generous layer of margarine across the top. It melts quickly and tastes smooth, just the way they've enjoyed it for years. Yet later that afternoon, when they try to open a jar or grip a doorknob, their fingers feel stiff and uncomfortable. It may seem like an ordinary flare of arthritis, but foods made with heavily processed oils can quietly feed the irritation that causes those symptoms. Choosing natural fats like olive oil or small amounts of real butter can sometimes be gentler on the body. And surprisingly, the next food on our list is something almost everyone enjoys from time to time, especially when eating out or sharing a meal with family. 8. Pepperoni pizza. And speaking of foods we often enjoy when sharing a meal with family, the next one is something almost everyone has had at some point: pepperoni pizza. It might be ordered during a weekend gathering, shared with grandchildren during a visit, or picked up quickly on a busy evening when no one feels like cooking. The smell is inviting, the cheese is warm and stretchy, and the flavors feel comforting. But for joints already dealing with arthritis, this popular dish can quietly make things harder. Pepperoni pizza combines several ingredients that can encourage swelling in the body. The processed meat, the heavy cheese, and the refined dough all come together in a way that can make joints feel more irritated. When this irritation builds up, the knees, hands, or hips may begin to feel stiff and sore. Picture someone enjoying a couple of slices with their family during a relaxed evening. Everything feels normal at first. The conversation is lively, the food tastes wonderful, and the moment feels special. But later that night, when they stand up from the sofa or walk down the hallway, their knees feel tighter than they did earlier in the day. It may seem like simple fatigue, yet meals heavy with processed ingredients can quietly feed the same irritation that causes arthritis discomfort. Choosing lighter meals with fresh ingredients can be kinder to aging joints. And interestingly, the next food on our list is something many people drink believing it's a healthier choice than regular soda, yet it may bring its own hidden concerns. 9. Diet soda. And speaking of drinks that many people believe are a healthier option than regular soda, the next item on our list may be even more surprising. Diet soda. For years, it has been marketed as a lighter choice because it contains little or no sugar. Many people switch to it thinking they are doing something better for their bodies. But when it comes to joint health, diet soda may quietly bring its own problems. Although it doesn't contain sugar, diet soda is filled with artificial sweeteners and chemical additives. These substances can disturb the body in subtle ways, sometimes encouraging irritation and imbalance inside the body. When the body becomes irritated, the joints may begin to feel more sensitive, especially for people already living with arthritis. Imagine a man in his early 70s trying to make healthier choices. He gives up regular soda and replaces it with diet soda, believing it's the smarter option. Every afternoon, he enjoys a cold can while relaxing on the porch. But over time, he notices that his hands feel stiffer when he tries to grip a cup or turn a key. He may wonder why the discomfort keeps returning, never realizing that the drink he believed was harmless may be quietly adding to the strain on his joints. Choosing simple drinks like water, herbal tea, or lightly flavored natural drinks can be much gentler on the body. And interestingly, the final food on our list is something many people eat almost every day without giving it a second thought. 10. White rice. And that brings us to the final food on today's list. Something so common that many people eat it almost every single day without giving it a second thought: white rice. It appears on dinner tables around the world. It feels simple, comforting, and familiar. For many families, a meal doesn't feel complete without it, But for people living with arthritis, white rice can quietly place extra strain on the body. White rice is made from grains that have been heavily refined, leaving behind a food that the body turns into sugar very quickly. When this happens, the body can respond with irritation and swelling, the same kind of swelling that often makes joints feel stiff and painful. Over time, repeated spikes like this may make arthritis symptoms feel more noticeable. Picture someone enjoying a warm bowl of rice with dinner. It feels like a gentle, easy meal. But later that evening, when they try to stand up after sitting for a while, their knees feel tight and heavy. It may seem like nothing more than the normal aches of aging, yet foods that quickly raise sugar levels can quietly feed the discomfort inside the joints. This doesn't mean rice must disappear from the table forever. Choosing whole grains more often can help the body stay steadier and calmer. And when we step back and look at the entire list we've explored today, an important message begins to appear. One that can help you take back control of your joint health. 11. Final thoughts. Small food choices today shape your joint health tomorrow. As we reach the end of this conversation, there is one gentle truth worth remembering. As the years pass, the body becomes more delicate than it once was. Joints that carried us through decades of walking, working, and caring for our families begin to respond more strongly to the things we eat each day. What once felt harmless in our younger years can slowly create discomfort after 60. Arthritis does not usually worsen overnight. It often grows quietly, meal by meal, habit by habit. The foods we discuss today are not simply items on a list. They are small daily choices that can either calm the body or slowly feed the irritation inside the joints. But the good news is this: your future health is still very much in your hands. When you begin to understand which foods support your body and which ones quietly work against it, you regain control. Even small adjustments in your meals today can make a real difference. Over the next 1 to 5 years, these changes may mean waking up with less stiffness, walking more comfortably, and enjoying everyday moments with greater freedom. And that is the real goal, not simply avoiding pain, but protecting the independence and quality of life you deserve as you grow older.